Squirrels and Robots, episode 154. Thanks everyone watching on YouTube for the super thanks and support there. It's super appreciated. Yeah, seriously. We've recently looked at the numbers, and a large portion of income made there is directly from fans being generous rather than, ad revenue. Remember when you could live off of ad revenue alone? Yeah, that was pre-adpocalypse, mate. Those days are gone. Yeah, okay. So, thank you. We generally just keep our heads down and keep on working and tend to only look at the figures when we're legally obligated to. That's called taxes. And, as usual, the last few years have been dismal for earning ad revenue, if any ad revenue is even earned at all. So, viewer support is extremely appreciated. I don't want to harp on it, but thank you. Thank you. You're all literally keeping things going. Thank you. Thank you! I owe you all a big burger of your choice when I win the lotto. And it could be a veggie burger if you don't like the meats. I'm good with that. Yeah, whenever that happens. Well, you gonna be in it to win it, mate. Yeah. Let's see, let's just move on. The Last of Us released their first episode on HBO, and honestly, even though I don't care about the game, the story, the characters, or the post-apocalyptic nonsense, it is still a very well-done episode. So, hopefully, it'll keep up that quality as the series continues. But as game adaptations go, it's excellent. So far. It is very good. In other game-related show and movie news, Borderlands is going through a ton of reshoots. If you shoot someone, do you really need to do it again? It depends on the person, honestly. Huh. Netflix is supposedly working on a Mega Man film. Nice! Gears of War is getting a movie and animated series, also on Netflix. I expect that series to be cancelled immediately. Warner Brothers allegedly is working on a Portal film, but don't hold your breath. We are never going to see that, ever! Sandman Season 2 starts filming this summer. Mr. Sandman, stop. Oscar Isaac is supposedly going to play Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid movie or something. I will believe it when I see it. It's like all this is early rumbling kind of news, Yeah, but oddly enough, there is, supposedly, in the works, a Captain Planet movie. I can't put faith in a superhero that can be defeated by candy wrappers. Good point. And also, the creators of Cobra Kai allegedly want to work on a Duke Nukem movie. That will never work in today's humorless climate, mate. It's gonna be awful. I don't know. If they camp it up and make it bombastic enough to be obviously, stupid humor, it might work. But, it only takes one person to complain about it, Yeah, and that's what humans do. You just need that one person to be like, oh, this is glorifying a patriarchy society and boycott. And before you know it, the health of the king will be like, whatever, I don't care either way. I ate a cookie last week. Fantastic. Stability AI is getting sued by a handful of artists along with Getty Images, allegedly, for pilfering their content. We'll see how that pans out, but honestly, the Pandora's box of AI-generated art has been open. People have it. I don't know if that box can ever be closed up. Good luck, though. We'll see what happens.
Your legalities will only slow us down.
Quiet, you! Guitarist Jeff Beck is dead, as is a ton of other celebrities and people. 2023 had death working overtime for the first 3 weeks. Oh, he's chopping away at the human souls. He's like, give me that! You lived long enough! Die! Yeah, it's kind of scary. Death happens. Let's see. Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 have finally been released on PC. Finally! Hogwarts Legacy is also going to be released early next month, I think, but of course has all sorts of controversy around it because J.K. Rowling has some questionable views about the existence of others. Yeah, kind of a muddled mess that is. It's like, you can't even enjoy a game about, magic anymore without it getting, political and boycotting and all that stuff. You know, on the simpler times when I bought a game and it wasn't tied to some political brouhaha, you know? I don't see what the big deal is. It's a game about wizards. What, she not like wizards? No, mate, it's a bit more complex than that. Yeah, and we're not going to get into it because it delves into political divisive stuff, and frankly, all that crap is human-based, okay? And I have little interest in humans unless they're creating something. And I generally don't care about the world of Harry Potter, so what the hell ever. I would be in the Huffalump in Woozle's house. That's not a thing. Yes, it is! Winnie the Pooh was in the Huffalumps and Woozles. Yeah, that's still not a thing. Oh, God. All right, moving on. A House of the Dead remake is headed towards PS5 now. Zombies are bad. Warhammer is coming out with a card game, which will have a free demo at some point. So, Warhammer folks, keep an eye out. You know, I'll swear, once Henry Cavill got, involved with Warhammer, everyone was like, oh, I like it too, and come on. It's gonna be madness. You're gonna get all the normies in it. What are you gonna do? I liked it when it was just miniatures. Okay. On the other side of tabletop games, Wizards of the Coast, owners of Dungeons & Dragons, are allegedly drawing up a new Open Gaming License, or OGL 1.1, which will essentially negate the original OGL 1.0 license that's been in place for 20 years. And, in turn, screw over everyone making tabletop games, video games, or anything using the D20 game system. So, yeah, maybe skip that mechanic until things get worked out. You know, that is really sad, mate. I mean, the concept of open source these days is just like, community, do all the work for this open source project, and when we get bought out by a large company, you all now have to pay us, even though the community did all the work. Open source ain't what it used to be. Yeah, it's getting dicey, but seriously, for folks looking into making a game similar to D&D, look into OGL 1.1 and brush up on what's happening. You don't want to waste years of your life developing a game you'll just have to pay 20 to 25% royalties on, just because some CEO decided that the company wasn't properly monetizing their D20 system. You can suck my D20 system, you wankers! Yeah, it's all about the money, unfortunately. Also, no one likes the Velma series. Oh my god. What? Velma from Scooby-Doo. It's a spin-off with no Scooby-Doo. So everyone is mean to each other and all the characters are different and Velma is kind of a bee. Wow. Yeah, quite literally, Velma has the worst metascore since, Dragon Ball Z Evolution, okay? It's supposedly really bad. I haven't seen it, because if I want to watch Scooby-Doo, I'll watch some of the older stuff. Wow, Dragon Ball Z Evolutions! Why does it exist? I don't know. So, Warner Brothers, sometimes a fresh coat of paint on a beloved franchise is necessary, but gutting their personalities and making them unlikable characters is not something you want to do. Quite literally, everyone would rather watch old reruns of the show than the new crap you're trying to push out. Make it good, stay true to the characters, and stop trying to update stuff for a new generation you clearly don't understand. Fools! Also, the Elvira Monster High doll sold out. What? There was an Elvira Monster High doll? Yep, and it's gone. What? Why didn't I know about this? It doesn't matter, dude. Bots, scalpers, they were all gone in a second. I know this is all first world problems and whatnot, right? But mate, think of the young future goths who will never now own an Elvira doll to play with. Making up scenarios where Elvira, kind of ties Barbie to a guillotine and abducts Ken, making him, her little manservant. Did you think about this stuff a lot? But no, it's just off the top of me head.
Speaking of head.
We're out, everybody. I don't know, do something fun. I recommend eating ice cream and then a burger. What? Eat dessert first! Why fill up on the main meal when everyone just eats a main meal to get to the dessert? Because dessert is best! Oh, yeah, okay. Again, everyone, thanks for supporting on the platforms you want to support us on, because it really does help. Yeah, and speaking of platforms, could you blokes please notify our viewers when there's new content? People have missed years of VODs because you're not letting them know. Yeah, Again, we're still lost in the sea of internet garbage, but you know what? Hey, bright side. Thanks to everyone on Reddit who's been rediscovering our stuff through our recently posted comic strip. Hello, Reddit! Yeah, that was a nice little boost, you know? I mean, it hasn't translated, into views and whatnot, but, the little comic strip got like 1 million views, just that one comic strip. So, that was nice. Yep, and it's that type of stuff that we need to happen more often so we can just get a hold of the people that already want to watch our stuff. There are people who are like, bro, I didn't even know you were still around. I haven't seen anything you've done since, 2014. And I'm like, dude, I don't know, these platforms are just wacky. The algorithm hates us.
The internet is very random. Some of the oddest things blow up without rhyme or reason. It is very strange.
Yeah, well, you know what? Work on an algorithm that helps us not dwell in a purgatory of obscurity.
No.
Wow. Well, that is rude.
Honestly, most of the internet thrives on cats, boobs, butts, and people hurting themselves.
So, essentially, it's an amalgamation of World's Funniest Pet Videos, Girls Gone Wild, and Jackass.
That is correct.
We're not any of those! Well, you're kind of a jackass. Oh, thank Bob. There's still hope to be famous. You don't want that kind of fame, mate. Don't tell me what fame I want! Oh, God. Later, everyone. Be smart. That's it. No! Smart doesn't get views! Oh, God.